What up, YouTube? It's your boy G11 back at it again with another episode of Homie Talk, where we have real discussion about real things happening right now. Now, before we get into today's topic, I want to first say happy holidays to everyone. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and hope you all have a turnt New Year's. Get those resolutions ready. I hope you guys have something planned for 2022. Now, I want to say I'm incredibly thankful for being able to make it through 2021 in one piece. Me and the family, we're all relatively healthy, and none of us allegedly caught. So, that said, also I'm thankful for all the support that I've gotten in pursuit of this channel. We're still growing. I'm seeing the comments. I'm feeling the love. I really appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me, and we're just going to keep at the grind, keep jumping at the bit. Now that we got housekeeping out the way, I want to dig into the topic. So we currently live in a world where left is right, up is down, and if you are a man and have a preference for what kind of woman that you want, you're considered an incel. Let me explain. So I was relaxing, chilling, digging into some Overwatch when the homie Jew hit me up with a message. The message contained a link to a Reddit board called R Trashy, and it was to this particular post where a user had shared some text receipts between him and a young lady. The title of this user's post was, "She couldn't handle the fact that I have a height preference just like she does." So this seems like a case of no you kind of deal. He hit the reverse card on her, it seems. So we're going to pull up the text receipt. We're going to read through it, and I'll give my opinion as we go. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So he was texting with Monica. He starts off with, "What's your favorite character in Lord of the Rings, and why is it Gollum?" Not my cup of tea for, an icebreaker, but he tried nonetheless. She completely ignores it and says, "How tall are you, dude?" He responds, "Oh, well, I'm 6'3", 191 centimeters. And you?" Now this is where it gets funny. That's like the perfect height for guys, or for guy. The language is kind of weird, grammatic errors. Haha. "I'm 5'1" and petite." Now, here's the reverse trap card I was telling y'all about. "Oops, that's too much height difference, I guess. Don't think it will work out. Sorry." And immediately, she gets some kind of way about this. "So you're rejecting me because of my height? The audacity." The audacity. Wow. So it's almost like she took the fact that he had a height preference, she took it personally, right? So she says, "LOL. Okay." Oh, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. She says, he says, "Well, we all have our preferences. Even your profile bio says only 6 feet and above." This is off her profile. I'm assuming he met her on Tinder or something like that, some kind of dating app. It doesn't say in particular. She says, "LOL. Okay, incel. If you have a small eggplant, just say that. LMAO." Wow. So he expressed that he had a height preference, that it was too much of a height gap, and immediately she resorts to him being an incel and saying he has a small eggplant. Now, I feel like this is something that happens often. I've seen it happen, especially in our community, right? The moment a man decides to stand up for something or have preferences, if he doesn't just have sex with everything that moves, he's immediately called gay, or he has a small Johnson or an incel, or immediately he hates women. In this case, he's just reflecting the energy and using that same logic that she came with. Now, most dudes, if we see something on the profile that doesn't match up with us, some dudes will shoot their shot anyway. Most dudes will be like, "Oh, okay, whatever, next." Type deal. "Oh, she has a 6 foot preference and I'm only 5 foot whatever. Okay, I'm not even going to bother. Cool, she's got her preference. I'm moving on to the next thing." So why is it an issue when he expressed that he had a height preference. Now he's an incel and has a small eggplant. And here's the thing. I feel like people on the interwebs use the word incel improperly. I feel like it's kind of a buzzword, or, you know, something used by the alphabet people across the interwebs. Actually, I'm going to pull up the definition. Okay, our good friends over at Wikipedia have the definition of incel as this. An incel, an abbreviation of involuntary celibate, is a member of an online subculture of people who define themselves as unable to get a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one. So I think in this case, the young lady has used that term incorrectly. Right? I think she's just using the buzzword, but for those of you out there who wanted to know, that is the definition of an actual incel, involuntary celibate. He says, how is it different from you having a height requirement? She responds, I am a woman, so it's not the same, incel. Using that word wrong again. Even if a man has nothing, he has the audacity to ask stupid questions like this. Bye. Wow. So you guys see it here. Basically my interpretation of this is this young lady that he was messaging just wanted, you know, she wanted things her way. She obviously wasn't willing to compromise. And when she came across a gentleman who stood for something or had a preference, then immediately he's worthless in her eyes, which tells me she just doesn't respect men at all. To immediately just switch to the name calling and all that kind of stuff, guys. I'm sure that this happens on the daily. Like I said, I don't think it happens to all men. You know, I don't think this is all women, but this is a good moment in time, or a good snapshot of what a lot of you guys out there are seeing and being subjected to. As always, if you come across something like this, run for the hills because this is nothing but trouble. You know, imagine submitting yourself or subjecting yourself to this kind of, you know, presence, this type of woman, man. Like, it's just not healthy for you. Let's take a look at some comments that some of the folks made below. Table Couch TV says, I'm a 5'8" dude. I just assume I dodged a bullet when women are upset at my lack of height. Very much so. Again, so here's the whole thing. We're not knocking people for having preferences, but the issue is, why is it a problem when men have preferences? Upside Down Backwards says, 6'4", but I always list myself as 5'11" on dating sites to dodge the 6'+ requirement. Women. Wow, this must be a thing. I'm not on the dating site, so I don't know if it's just a lot of women want men that are 6 feet. It could be. They're a special breed of shitty shallow that I'd rather avoid completely. It's like a man who leaves with talking about someone's titties. Nothing good can come from it. So again, let's play devil's advocate. If we put this on the other foot, if a guy had something in his profile, must have double D breasts or something like that, must have double D mammary glands, right? He would immediately be looked at as a scumbag. I'm sure he would, because that's not something you can necessarily change. I mean, obviously there's like surgeries and stuff. If you're just like natural, right? You know, you get the size that you get. And that's the same thing with height. Like, height is a genetic thing. You know, your height is what your height is, unless, again, you augment it with surgery. That's a whole different thing. But, you know, these are things you can't change, but it's okay to have a preference. Some people like tall people. Some people like short people. Some men like women with large chest areas. Some men like ample behinds on women. You know what I mean? So it's okay. It is, brothers, I'm here to tell you it's okay to have preference. All right. Cornwall says, under 120 or don't talk to me, and watch them get offended. Such trash people. Now, that's a different thing. He's talking about someone's weight here, which again, men do have preferences on weight, but I don't think we directly say it, you know, in that way. But if you were to put that in your profile, I'm sure you'd get some kind of hate or some kind of rebuttal for it. You know, because men, women do put that though. You know, must be fit. You know, must be tall. Must have money. Must this, that, and the other. You know, but the moment a man says, "Hey, must be fit," you know, not trying to mess with BBWs or nothing like that, right? Then it's a problem. This last comment comes from Gopher1409. Simply says, "Damn, she's the rudest hobbit he's ever met." The trolls. You know, folks, at the end of the day, we as men realize that women have preferences and requirements, and we still shoot our shot in a lot of cases. And also in a lot of cases, if we feel we don't meet those preferences, we just move on to the next thing, right? So, you know, for the women out there, you got to realize men are becoming aware. Men are starting to value themselves a little bit more. You know, they're not just wanting to, not all, you know, but, you know, most logical men are not wanting to just sleep with anything that moves. You know, we're thinking logically about this stuff, using the top head, not just the bottom head. You feel me? So, you know, that's my take on this story. Let me know what you guys think. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Do you agree or disagree? I'm open to the conversation. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm so you get notified when more content like this drops. And until next time, as always, y'all be cool and peace.